Hello, hello. Now, before I go into Colin Farrell's Total Recall, I'm going to quickly talk to you about Arnold Schwarzenegger's Total Recall, but very briefly. I saw it once, about 10 years ago. I don't remember too much about it. I remember Mars, I remember Arnold Schwarzenegger's big bulging eyes, but apart from that, not too much. So I won't really be comparing the original to the new. So, okay. Now, a quick description of the story in Colin Farrell's Total Recall. It's set in the future. Most of the planet has been rendered uninhabitable because of chemical warfare, and humanity now lives in two zones, the United Federation of Britain and the colony. And in this world, we have Colin Farrell, who works as a factory worker for the United Federation of Britain, and he's building robots for them. And during this time, he decides that his life really doesn't mount up to anything. You know, he's got Kate Beckinsale as his wife, but that doesn't seem to be enough for him, so he wants to go to recall to get different memories implanted into his brain, so he thinks he can, remember a life he never really had, or so he thinks. Which, by the way, I will be spoiling a couple of details, so if you don't want to be spoiled at all, then stop listening right now. Okay. A quick delve into the characters of Colin Farrell's Total Recall. Let's start with Colin Farrell himself. Very forgettable. I mean, I may not remember too much about the original Total Recall, but I can definitely tell you that Colin Farrell is no Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because Colin Farrell in this film, he basically plays it as this generic sci-fi action hero with very little personality, in fact almost no personality. So, yeah, Colin Farrell, not his best performance, I have to say. Kate Beckinsale, on the other hand, she is scary in this film. She is frightening. There's a point where she's trying to kill Colin Farrell, and she's pursuing him across these rooftops, and she reminded me of the T-1000 from Terminator 2, because she was so scary. I was a little bit intimidated, and I was just watching the film. So yeah, I mean, I got 5 stars to Kate Beckinsale because, quite frankly, I thought she was the best person in this film by far. Next to Bill Nighy, but I almost don't want to say that because Bill Nighy only appears in this film for about 5 minutes. So, well, there you go. Jessica Biel. Jessica Biel is similar to Colin Farrell in that she doesn't really give a very memorable performance. And so, yeah, her character is kind of forgettable as well. Now, the villain. I've actually forgotten the actor's name, but I'm pretty sure he's the dad from Malcolm in the Middle, which I thought was kind of funny, really. His motivations are kind of okay in a way, at least for story purposes, but when it comes down to it, his plan is the equivalent of a villain's Saturday morning cartoon plan, essentially. You know, it's equivalent of a plan from a Saturday morning cartoon. So, yeah, there's not a lot of depth to his reasons, quite frankly. Now, for the film itself, it is well done. You know, there are some beautiful moments, beautiful scenery. But saying that, the city shots in Total Recall, Colin Farrell's version, it seems to me, though, that they kind of suffered what George Lucas did in his prequel films, is that there's so much going on in the city shots at once that you can't really process it all with your brain. It's just too much at once sometimes. And so, yeah, I kind of think, though, that it was just kind of overdone, in my opinion. But thankfully, they're far and few between, so it's not really a major complaint. The robots in this were pretty good. You know, they were okay. They were certainly better than the battle droids from the prequels, let me say that. But I noticed that there was some gunfight scene. You know, in some scenes when there's some gunfights going on, I kind of noticed the robots just sort of standing there like statues, not doing anything. So I don't know if that was a mistake on the film, but on film's part. But I just thought it was kind of funny, though, because it just kind of stood out to me, though, that you have these human guards shooting at our heroes, and the robots in the background kind of sort of standing there like statues, as if they're trying to beat them by staring at them with cold, dead eyes, even though they don't have any eyes because they're robots, but hey. So, yeah. Now, would I recommend that you go see this film? It's difficult to say because this film is forgettable. If you like sci-fi and you like action, you'll probably enjoy this film, but I really wouldn't be in a rush to go and see it. I'd say put it on your to-do list to watch later on, perhaps much later on, because for a forgettable film, it's not really worth your time. But hey, that's all I've got to say about Total Recall. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya.